how do you feel about kind of the direction this franchise is going and what needs to happen to make you comfortable that this can be a long-term fit for you?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the report. I don't know who. Somebody said that I was going to retract the Kuwait trade. It was funny, you know, because I didn't know that was true. Because I didn't say it.
I didn't say it.
I know.
To be very clear.
I know, no, sources said it.
No, to be very clear. No, I just want to get this straight, because seriously, I want to get this straight. Never did I say, hey, Luka is indicating that you're going to request a trade. What I said is, if they don't get this right over the next year, there is a fear that you could come to them, as Anthony Davis did in New Orleans, James Harden did in Houston, Kevin Durant just did in Brooklyn, say, hey, if we don't have a chance to win a championship,
I know what you're saying, but I'm happy here, so there's nothing to worry.
He said it himself. Luka Doncic is happy here in Dallas, Texas. He's happy being the face of the Dallas Mavericks, and there's nothing to worry. So put all that trade request talk aside, because it ain't happening. I don't know about Kyrie. I don't even know what I want to happen with Kyrie, to be honest. It did bother me that he didn't even participate in the exit interviews, but that's Kyrie. It is what it is. Luka goes on in this interview to say that he hopes Kyrie is able to stay, but you know, how much of that is just what he's supposed to say versus how he really feels. Hello, everybody. It's Brian from USA.Patriot.Cards, and as we embark on the 2023 NBA playoffs, here's the bracket right here in front of you. I continue to see big Luka cards hit the market. I continue to see people trying to move out of his stuff. I've been approached by a couple people with bigger Luka cards, and I'm not going to make any moves until there's a new floor set for his bigger stuff. Like for instance, the Luka Blue Ice Prism 2017 lasted 20, but that was in March. Things have drastically changed since March. I don't know if this card were to go to auction now, what it would get. I'm assuming somewhere between 15 and 20, but I was actually offered straight up this Luka Blue Ice for my Mahomes camo auto, to which I did counter. I countered that gentleman, my blue Luka 9.5 and the Mahomes camo for his Blue Ice and his Blue 10. I thought that the straight up trade was leaving a little value my way. And so I thought that value would be made up by upgrading from a 9.5 to a 10 and that blue prism to 199. He quickly shot that down. So I'm still holding my Mahomes and he's still holding his Blue Ice. You know, as I face a bracket without the Dallas Mavericks, I look at my collection and I think about who I'm pulling for in this year's playoffs. Really, moving into the playoffs, I only have some Knicks stuff. So I have these Blue Ice Brunsons. I have a blue Brunson, and then I have this Julius Randle NT RPA, gorgeous card here. So obviously on the East, I'm going to be pulling for the Knicks. I don't know realistically how far they can go. I'd love to see Brunson have another tournament like he did last year. I'm definitely a Knicks fan on the East. And then on the West, Oklahoma City, I would love for Oklahoma City as the 10th seed to beat New Orleans and then beat whoever wins or loses, whoever loses in that 7-8 matchup. And I'd love for Oklahoma City to get in the actual tournament. In a more realistic approach to who I am going to pull for in this thing from the West, it's the Sacramento Kings. They remind me of Dallas, except they got a lot of inside presence with Sabonis. De'Aaron Fox has taken a major step forward. I've always been a Malik Monk fan. Kevin Huerter is sneaky good. Keegan Murray set the NBA rookie three-point record. He is somebody that could emerge as a future star out of this year's playoffs. But I think from the hobby perspective, the play here is De'Aaron Fox. So I picked up a couple De'Aaron Fox cards. I'm mulling over doing more moves before Saturday, and they play the Warriors. I hate the Warriors. I can't stand teams like them. Who, I mean, I recognize their greatness, but they're the whole country's darlings, right? Everybody's a Warriors fan. I hate Draymond Green. I can't stand Klay Thompson. Curry's amazing. Jordan Poole, I like. He's an exciting young fresh player, but you know, they're just a front runner. They've been there. They're the GOATs. That whole thing, and I just want them to get knocked off so bad by the Kings. So I did pick up this Blue Ice De'Aaron Fox PSA 10. It's a low pop card. I think it's 25. We'll see. It's not a true color match. The Kings are purple and black, not blue. So I did have to go after the purple as well. I got a purple 9.5, as you can see here. Beautiful subgrades. I haven't seen a picture of the back, so I'm not sure why it got a 9 corners. But these 2017 Prism have black. The corners are black on the front. So you know, the corners are going to be tough to gem. I looked for a PSA 10 purple. There's one. It's, I think, priced a little too high. And interestingly, it's only on My Slabs. This seller only lists on My Slabs. He doesn't list on eBay, so there's no way for me to communicate. It's not a best offer situation on My Slabs. It's like $19.75. And so I can't communicate with him to see if there's any way to lower that a little bit or throw some trade into. So I'm just going to have to be happy with the 9.5 at this point. Maybe Beckett changes and moves all 9.5s into 10s, which is, I think, the right move to do. I don't think you can punish everyone who's been holding a 9.5 as a Gem Mint card. Says it right there on your flip, and then make it a Gem Plus card. So I think the only move for Beckett is to, you know, keep the subgrades as is, but if the overall grade is a 9.5, it's now a 10, and just get rid of the 9.5 altogether. Go straight to the PSA grading model, because that's who you're trying to compete with. Just do what they do. Keep the subgrades, because that's going to be the, you know, the difference maker in why you're essentially better than PSA. Another reason I like Beckett, well, I don't like them more than PSA, but another reason they could separate themselves is that they have the inner sleeve. You see so many PSA cards, especially these chromium, like Prism Select Optics, that over time they start getting these, like, they're called Newton rings, and they look like they're little wet spots. These Newton rings ruin the eye appeal. And so I think you can request an inner sleeve with PSA, but they don't do it without the request. They default to just sticking it right in there. If you take that card and you bang it on your leg, and you can just try to get that stick where the card is sticking to the holder, if you can break that seal and you can just get that card to not be stuck to that case, those Newton rings do go away. So there is hope for you. And I've put that video up on my channel. Had several people comment like, dude, this worked, thank you so much, you know, because it's really heartbreaking to see, you know, a $10,000 card that you have in your PSA holder, and then it starts to get, like, you know, these sores on it, for lack of a better term. So what else? I think that's about it. So I'm definitely going for the Kings in the West. I'm going for the Knicks in the East. Who do I think will win? I really think that Sac could come out of the West. So I'll take Sacramento in the West. I'll take Boston in the East. Give me Sac in 7. You heard it here first. The Kings win the NBA championship in 2023, beating the Jason Tatum-led Celtics in 7 games, causing Jaylen Brown to request a trade. And they bring him to Dallas for a reunite of Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum. By the way, Jeff Wilson, a couple months ago, traded $288,000 for this gold Topps Chrome LeBron BGS9 rookie out of 50.
Where we had left off, right?
Yeah.
Was that I had put into play my 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan PSA 10, which we put a trade value on of $180,000. The Connor McDavid trade value of $30,000. The Ovechkin trade value of $11,000. See, we had that one at a $1,500 trade value, that one at an $8,000 trade value, that one at a $3,000 trade value, that one at a $6,100 trade value, plus $60,000 in cash.
Yeah.
To get to the LeBron, right? So that's where we had left off.
Exactly.
After all of that. Okay. Here's my offer to you, and I think this is fair. I will do the $60,000 in cash, but I'm gonna pull the Trout out. This is the wrong time to be selling or trading a baseball card. This will go back up as next season comes around. So this one I want to pull out of the deal for that reason.
If you took out the Trout card and added $5,000 cash instead, so I'm getting even $1,100 closer to you now, I think that would be probably my final offer on it.
It's a beautiful card. All right, Karin, you're getting me for a little more than I wanted to pay for it, but you know what? I want to get the deal done. I want to do it. Let's do it,
good.
Karin.
We have a deal.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And thank you for shopping at Slap Sharks. Appreciate it.
Slap Sharks, there you go. Oh, dude, wow. All right, that's massive. That's massive. That's the biggest single trade deal I've ever done in my entire life. That is it right there. A $288,000 trade deal, almost $300,000. That's wild.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Let's begin today with the continuing decline in sports card prices. Your hobby hero, Jeff Wilson, acquired this BGS 9 LeBron James Gold for $288,000 in cash and trade, while a BGS 9.5 sold for only $204,000 the other night on Golden.
So is that a $110K plus loss for our favorite, our hobby hero, Mr. Jeff Wilson, Mr. Sports Card Investor? He just keeps racking up losses, and I don't know why anybody would listen to anything he has to say other than for the cringe factor. And so with that in mind, I present Mr. Cringe himself, giving away free packs, Mr. Jeff Wilson. See you next time. Go Kings, go Nets, Knicks, or Nets. See you next time. Bye.
All right, who wants some? You guys want some?
One pack. Oh, one pack. Whoa. One pack. All right, you got to rip them.
Let me know if you get an autograph.
Yes.
What's number to 99 is that?
Oh,
That's probably numbered. Is that numbered? Yeah. Serial number 919. Oh, there. Nice. Very cool. Oh, and a Turner. Bregman and Turner. Nice. You're welcome.